Hello friends and welcome, it's Candace and this is my YouTube channel. For this video, I am bleaching my hair. Now, you can probably already tell that I have highlights in my hair. I do have some blue in my hair. I had used Splat for dark hair over my entire head after highlighting it at home by myself previously. Well, that time I used my sister for help, but it was pretty much an at-home job. That's the scenario. She is not a hairstylist. I've done this plenty of times. I've made my mother dye my hair and bleach my hair plenty of times, and I've bleached and dyed my own hair plenty of times. Just not quite this fully or extreme by myself, so this was an adventure for sure. So when I first decided to bleach my hair, I knew I wanted to go all blue. I was originally gonna just keep adding more and more highlights to my hair till it got really light blonde, but I decided it would probably be better for the health of my hair to just go bleach the whole thing all at once. Now, I don't usually use heat tools on my hair. I don't really style my hair frequently. So I knew bleaching my entire head wouldn't be a humongous issue for me in terms of damage. But I did know that layering highlights over highlights over highlights, even if I tried to avoid some of the highlights, I didn't think it would work out very well. In the end, I figured that a lot of my initial highlights would start to break off before my whole head even got blonde, depending on how many layers of bleach had been applied previously. So I figured I'd just bleach over the whole head right now, cut my losses with those other highlights. I have bleached my hair at home by myself with a 40 volume developer. This time I'm only using 30. So I knew that my hair probably would not fall out, which is always a risk you're going to take, especially if you're bleaching your hair at home. If you bleach your hair in general, ever at all, even with a hairstylist, you do take that risk. So if you're bleaching your hair at home, you just gotta be cool with the fact that your hair could all fall out. You know, if that happened to me, I'd be down for a buzz cut tomorrow. Don't really want to, particularly right now, especially since my hair turned out fine, but that's my rule of thumb. If you're not okay with buzzing your whole head off, whoa, not your whole head. If you're not cool with buzzing the entirety of your hair off, then don't bleach your hair at home. That's my rule. Follow my rule, because I'm in charge. Anyway, you can see me here now that I'm towards the front of my head. At first, I am avoiding my roots completely. Now, I've been to a Walmart salon before. And I know from years of research and looking things up on YouTube and all that stuff, you don't put bleach on your scalp first. Since the heat from your scalp warms up the bleach, it processes faster on your scalp. So your roots easily go to platinum blonde while the lengths of your hair could still be a medium brown. Now, I know my hair lifts pretty easily, but I was worried with this one. In the past, I've used a 40 volume developer, but the last time I bought bleach, I bought 30 volume because I don't want to make my hair fall out. I have fried my hair before. Not too bad, but I would call it a fried status. But so I just didn't want to cause too much damage to my hair. My hair's been doing pretty good. My hair's always been pretty good since I don't really do anything to it. I don't even brush it hardly ever. So I was worried that the 30 volume on the lengths of my hair might not lift it high enough. I was just hoping for the best. So pretty much I'm leaving about, I don't know, maybe a half inch on my roots and just putting the bleach on my whole ends. Now, doing this by myself, it was extremely difficult to do it with the brush, so that's why I abandoned the brush pretty quickly while doing the bleach, just because I felt like I had a lot more control with my hands, especially for the back of my head. I felt like it was easier for me to keep my hair organized and not get messy, because anytime I ever use a brush, a lot of times the brush hairs will sort of pick up little strands of your hair, and I feel like it just makes it knotty and stringy a lot faster. So I was trying to just use really small sections and be very thorough. I was being very generous with the bleach. I think for the lengths of my hair, I believe I mixed up 2 entire bowls of bleach. I wanted to make sure it was pretty coated. It probably still could have been coated more, but it would have been dripping off my hair, which is probably how much coated it should be, but I think it lifted pretty well, so I think I did all right. Especially since I'm going to go back over it with a darker blue, so I wasn't too concerned about it being a supremely platinum blonde, and I know my hair does lift pretty easily, so I figured it would probably lift good enough. I was hoping. So just like little piece by little piece, not too small, because it took me so long to freaking dye this hair. Like between the bleach and the dye, I was tired, I was getting dizzy. The mirror I was looking at wasn't even flat. It had like wobbles in it. So I'm like staring at it and I'm like trying to finish. When I got to my roots, I was trying to finish and I was getting dizzy and I was like, I cannot pass out, but that's okay. I'm pretty stubborn. So here I am. Once I was done coating the entirety of the lengths of my hair, I used whatever was left in the bowl and I just slathered the rest of it on the ends. When bleach dries out, it doesn't really work anymore. So I wanted to make sure the ends were really wet and that they were really saturated. So I just went over everything. I tried to mush it, not lather it. I tried to mush it into my hair to make sure it was really well saturated, especially on the very ends. It's really easy to forget the ends. They tend to stay pretty dry, especially after they've been sitting behind you for so long while you've been doing the rest of your hair. They dry out. It probably would have been better if I used foils, but I really just couldn't manage that. By the time I was done with the whole head of my hair, it had already been like over an hour. So I figured the ends of my hair in the back were starting to get pretty light, and that's where my highlights were already pretty much platinum before I even started, at least underneath the blue dye that was back there. So I just decided to wait like 10 or 15 minutes, and then I mixed up more bleach and I just started going at it on my roots. It was pretty hard since I clumped everything together. Bleach really likes to stick to itself, especially when hair is intertangled in the mix. So it was pretty hard tearing that hair apart. Do not recommend, but I would not brush it. That is the worst thing ever. Basically, I figured out how to put bleach on my roots from behind, and I just tried to be as thorough as I could. And I asked my mom later and she said it looks like I got it all, so I was pretty happy about that. I just did strip by strip. I tried to get as thin of strips as I could with the bleach, and I tried to be as generous as I could while adding the bleach, just because I couldn't get my strips that thin since the hair was clumped together. You'll probably see where I did have blue dye on my hair. It looks green, but I wasn't worried because bleached hair turns yellow, and blue and yellow together, because the blue has stained my hair, blue and yellow together make green, so that was perfectly fine for me. I knew that was pretty much just a base blue layer for my hair. But the really weird thing was, I used the same dye for my whole head, but closer to my roots, it was purple. So like it was a pinky purple. So once my roots lifted, it was like a platinum blonde. Actually, since it was 30 volume, it didn't lift all the way to platinum, I don't think. I'm not a hairdresser, so I don't know. But it's weird, and you can probably see in the video, it went from the virgin hair that I didn't dye with the splat dye, then it went to purple, and then it went to blue. Now I've actually had a mixture for blue dye, the overtone blue for black hair, and the splat. And let me tell you, I hate the overtone because it just fell right out of your hair. The highlights in the front of my hair weren't even blue. After 3 washes, they were already light blue. So if you want a hair dye that really lasts, that's a dark blue or a nice royal blue, definitely go with splat for dark hair. But just know, you see after this, that my hair is green. You will not get this blue out. I used this blue in the past, and my hair at the tips when I was growing out to have naturally brown hair, and I even dyed over the ends, the hair at the tips were permanently stained a purpley color. it will not come out of your hair. So only use that color if you're cool with having blue hair for the length of that hair being on your head. So just make sure you're okay with your decisions when it comes to dyeing your hair. Make sure you're okay with, if you don't have the knowledge for doing hair properly, make sure you're cool with your hair looking like crap afterwards. I really personally, I like doing my hair, but not every day. So it's really fun to bleach and to dye, but I am so lazy. I don't style my hair every day. I don't really care how my hair looks in a general sense. I don't even brush my hair every day. I think I said that already. And basically, this is how it looks after I rinse it out. You can see the roots still have quite a bit of yellow. They lifted pretty well, but since it's 30 instead of 40 volume, they're pretty yellow all the way to the roots. They did obviously lift pretty well. They're probably almost platinum if they're not. I don't think they are. Again, I'm not a hairdresser, but you can see in this clip I'm trying to show you how it's yellow and then it goes to pink a little bit. It's kind of hard to show in the lighting, but then it goes to pink and then the whole length is just green hair. And I thought it was funny. So even if I liked how this blonde was looking, it did not look good on me because it was green. But anyway, tune in for the next one because I'm dyeing my hair blue. Well, I've actually already dyed my hair blue. Maybe I'll do a talking intro for that one, but I can't spoil the surprise now. So you don't get to see me talking to you this time, but I promise next time I'll do better. Please like and comment. Please share this video. If you want to share it with Brad Mondo, that's cool. This is like not a really great video for him, but like maybe if you want to, that's cool with me. I don't know who's gonna share it because I don't have any subscribers. But whatever, that's okay. But anyway, I hope you like watching the process, and I hope you didn't get any funny ideas from this video. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye bye.